Yes. Good evening, everyone. In the last session, we are trying to understand how to develop a web application which will communicate with database table also. So for this, we developed a project. In our project, we have several components like index.html, servlet.java, davo.java, and connection factory is also available. All right. Did you guys complete that? Working? Null pointer exception. Okay. Ikari config not supporting. Okay. Let us see here. Now I have installed MySQL database here. So use database name here. Ashoka, it is the database name. Show tables, employee table available. Let me create a book table here. Create table books. So I will be using book ID, book underscore ID, that is a int type, book underscore name, that is a varchar, and book price, that I will be taking it as a integer. Book price, I will be using integer. For varchar, I'm going to specify some size. For integer also, I will be specifying some size. For price also, specify some size. So with this, I'm creating a table in the database to insert the data. All right, execute this query, create table, done. Now let's go for show tables. Books table is available. Let me select that table data. Do we have any records in that table or not? Okay, select star from books. So I'm trying to check, are there any records available in the table? Select star from books, no records available in the table. It is a empty table. It is a brand new table I have created just now. Select star from books, no records available in the database table. Now from my Java application, I want to insert the record into this database table. All right, perfect. Let's go to our application and check what are the classes we have created in the last session. So first, connection factory class is available. What is the purpose of this connection factory? Connection factory is used to create the connection with the database. Now, so property, database URL, database username, database password. Along with this, I'm going to configure database driver also. Okay, db.driver. So do you know what is the driver class for MySQL database? Come on, what is that? cj.jdbc.driver. So here, in order to connect with MySQL database, we are setting MySQL properties, MySQL database username, password, URL, and driver class also. When I'm creating this connection factory by using Hikari CP, let me set string driver is equal to p dot get property of what is the key. So the key I have given as db.driver. What is the purpose of get property method? What is the purpose of get property method? It is used to load the data from the properties object. Properties object, not from the file. From the file already we have loaded data and we store it into properties object. Get property method is used to get the data from the properties object. Now I want to set this driver also for my Hikari. How to set that? Config dot set driver class name. I'm setting the driver name also for this Hikari CP. Clear? So Hikari config class I have created. I'm setting the username. I'm setting the password, URL, driver class name, and I'm creating the data source object. Connection factory class is available, which will create the data source. Now, I have created one DAO class. What is the purpose of DAO? What is the purpose of DAO, guys? DAO classes are responsible to communicate with the database. So for every table, we need to create one DAO class. So book table is available. I created book DAO. Book table related operations we will write inside the book DAO. All right. Another one, we are having one servlet class. So what is the purpose of servlet? Come on guys, what is the purpose of servlet? Servlets are used to develop web application. Here I have created a book servlet. This book servlet class is reading the data from the form and it is converting the data into respective data type. Then it is calling the DAO method with the form data. DAO method will insert the record, will return the status. If status is true, it will return the response to the browser record inserted. If the status is not true, it will say that insertion failed. That response I'm sending back to browser from my servlet. So here I'm writing do get method or I'm writing do post method. Do post method. Why do post method? To handle the post request. All right. And I'm having index.html. What is the purpose of this index.html? Presentation logic. User has to enter the data in the form. User has to submit that form. For that, I'm taking presentation logic here. So what is the purpose of action attribute and method attribute? Action attribute represents which servlet you want to call when this form is submitted. Method attribute represents what type of send you want, what type of request you want to send to server. I'm sending method is equal to post. That means my browser will send a post request to the server. All right. First, let me run the application, run on server. Before running, check it. The libraries are available in the lib folder. What are the libraries? Hikari CP is available. MySQL connector is available. Servlet API is available. SLF4j is also available. Perfect. All the libraries are available. Then refresh your project. Run on server. I'm running my project on the server. Click on finish. Yeah. So once I execute this application, welcome page is loaded by default. Index.html is coming as a welcome page. Go to the server console, clear that console. Now, no message available in the console. Enter the data, book ID, book name, book price. Now, before going to insert, let's check in the database. Select a star from books. Do we have any record? No. And there is one small change required. Database name I have configured as Ashok IT, but here in this properties file, I think I have given, yeah. So let me change this database property. Okay. Now let me stop it. Stop the server and let me refresh my project. Right click, run on server. Select it, next, finish. Yeah. Welcome file is loaded. Go to server console. Nothing is available, man. Just these are the logs of the server. Clear that console. Enter the data. 1 name 100. So database table is empty. Select star from books. No records available. Now go to here. Click on submit. I clicked on submit button. Now I got some exception. So now we are getting null pointer exception. Right. Concurrent hash map put value book.davo.java, connection factory.java, hikari config.java. It is failing. Line number 34. Config.set driver class name. So when I'm trying to set the driver class name, it is not taking that. db.driver. Here property. Where is the property? db.drive, where I have written the driver class. db.driver is equal to com.mysql.jdbc.driver. Save it. Now let me stop the server. Let me check the properties. DB driver is available now. Let me stop this server. Let me get it once again. Run on server. Next, finish. table. Select a star from books, empty. Go to this, go to server console, clear that console. Then ID 1, name Java, price 100, click on submit. I clicked on submit. Access denied for the user ashokid@localhost using password. Failed to initialize the connection pool. Access denied for the user ashokid@localhost using password. Yeah, maybe. I think that credentials are belongs to my laptop database. So here, this username and password is different. Refresh. Again, run it, run on server. Click on next, click on finish. Yeah, go to console, clear it. Then one Java price submit. Finally, we are getting the message as record inserted. Now go to database, select a star from books. Can you see the record inserted to table? Yeah, we are able to insert the record into database table. Now, can I insert one more record by using debugging technique now? So that we will understand how the code is working internally. So here, let me keep a breakpoint. Where I need to keep my breakpoint? I need to keep the breakpoint at the servlet. Already breakpoint available at the line number 19. So now I need to start my project in the debug mode. Debug as debug on server. Select the server, click on next, click on finish. Yeah, web page is loaded. Let me give the book ID as 2 and I'm giving as Python. Price I'm giving as 455. Click on submit button. When I click on submit, is it executing that code or it is waiting for the confirmation? It is waiting for the confirmation. So before that, check in the table. How many records available in the table? Only one record is available in the table. Now here, when I submit the form, request came to my servlet class. When I submit the form, request came to servlet class. Now I want to capture form data from the request, right? So to capture the form data from the request, we are using request.getParameter. So what is the purpose of request.getParameter? It is used to capture form data. Okay, F6. Let us check. Am I able to capture the book ID from the form? Yes, book ID is coming as 2. I entered 2 only in the form, right? Now I captured that form data as 2. Now go for name, Python. I enter the name as a Python. So that means, are we able to capture the form data? Yes, we are able to capture the form data. Price is available, 455, whatever we have entered. We are able to capture the form data by using request.getParameter. Now, book ID I have received in the form of string. I'm converting that string value to int value. How to convert string to integer? By using integer.parseInt method. Okay. Then I have captured price. Price is coming in the string format. String I want to convert into double. What method is available? Double.parseDouble method is available. F6. I got the book ID and I got the book price. Now here I'm creating object for DAO. Why I am creating DAO object in the servlet? Come on. Why I am creating DAO object in the servlet? To call the DAO class method in the servlet class. To call the DAO class method in the servlet class. Now here I'm creating the object for DAO. Then save book. Save book is available. All right. Here DAO.saveBook is available. I'm calling servlet. I'm calling DAO class method inside the servlet class. I'm passing form data as an input. Now I want to go inside that method. How can I go inside that method? F5. Now inside this DAO, what is the first line? Connection factory dot get connection. What is the purpose? Connection factory is a predefined class or it is our user defined class? User defined class, which is used to create the connection pool and give the connection. Can we see how the code executing in the connection factory? Yeah, how can I go inside that method? F5. So what is the benefit of this debugging? What is the benefit of this debugging? To understand execution flow. To understand execution flow of the program. Because whenever you are writing core Java classes, you may not understand the beauty of the debugging. Because we will create one Java class, we will create one main method. Inside that main method, we will write 4-5 lines of code and we will execute it. But when it comes to the project, multiple classes will be available. One class method is talking to another class method. So many servlets will be available. So many DAOs will be available in the project. How? Which servlet is talking to which DAO method? How the DAO method is executing? From where it is getting the connection? We need to understand that execution flow. For that, we are using this debugging technique. Now, DS object, check it. Data source is created or not created? Not created. So what is the DS value currently? Null value. If DS is null value, what will happen? It will load the properties file. What is there in the properties file? Database properties. Those are called as data source properties, which are used to connect with the database. Why I am not writing in the Java? Why I am writing in the properties file? Tomorrow my database credential may change. I don't want to touch the Java program. If credentials are modified, I need to modify only my properties file. I'm loading the data from the properties file to my properties object. What is the purpose of p.load? To load the properties file data into properties class object. After loading that, everything is available in the properties class. Now, from the properties class, I want to capture this data. P.get property. What is the purpose of P.get property? To take the data from the properties file. Now I got this URL. Now I got the username, I got the password, and I got the driver class. All the properties I'm reading from properties object. After that, I'm creating Hikari config object. I'm setting all the configurations, username, password, URL, driver class. Then finally, I'm trying to create data source. So data source object is creating. Data source object creation is nothing but connection pool is creating. Connection pool is creating. Once the connection pool is created, now it is returning data source dot get connection. So this connection factory method giving the physical connection to DAO, or it is giving the logical connection to the DAO, logical connection to the DAO. F6. Finally, I got my connection object. I got my connection object by using Hikari connection pool. Now, once I got the connection, I'm creating prepared statement. So once the prepared statement is ready, my prepared statement is taking a query. That query is having 3 positional parameters. Why I am having 3 positional parameters now? These are dynamic values because every time new record will be inserted, form data will be changing from user to user. Now, before executing that query, I need to set the value for positional parameters. Set int, set string, set double. So 3 values are there. I'm setting them based on the indexes. Array index will start from 0. Prepare statement index will start from 1. Now, after setting the data, I'm calling execute update method. What is the purpose of execute update? What is the purpose of execute update? To execute a non-select query. Here we are executing insert query. Now F6, record is inserted, count is 1. That means one record is inserted. Connection dot close. I'm closing the connection. Return count greater than 0. Count is 1. 1 greater than 0. What it will return? Count value is 1. What is the condition? Count greater than 0. 1 greater than 0. Satisfied or not? Satisfied. So what this method will return? True value. Now F6. So now servlet call the DAO method. DAO returned true. What is the meaning of true? Record is inserted. F6. If status, if it is true, record inserted. Condition, if condition satisfied, I'm getting response.getWriter. What is the purpose of response.getWriter? What is the purpose of response.getWriter? It is used to get the writer object. What is the purpose of that writer object? It is used to write the body to the response object. Whatever the response we want to send to the client, That data we need to write to the response object. By using print writer, I am writing that append method. Then it is completed. Go to the browser. What is the response? Record inserted. Go to database. Select a star from books. Python record inserted. Yes or no? So are we able to execute our application? Yes, successfully we are able to insert the record. Are we doing anything extra apart from this diagram? No. So I have HTML page where my form logic is available. User will enter the data in the form, will click on submit button. So browser will prepare a post request and will send to server. How browser is understanding that it has to send a post request? By using method post. It will send the form data in the body to the server. Server is creating a request object and response object. Taking the request body data, storing to the request object, giving that request object and response object to my servlet to do post method. Then what our servlet is doing, it is capturing the data from the form and it is creating the object for DAO, calling the DAO method by giving the form data. Then DAO method getting the connection from the data source object and it is inserting the record into table. Now let's go back and let me insert one more record. This time I will go with 3 and let me go with the DevOps and 500. Now click on submit. Once again, breakpoint is available. Request came to my servlet. In the request, data will be available. Request.get parameter, ID 3, name, DevOps, price 500. I'm converting the data to respective data type. I'm going to DAO method. Click on save book. Go inside that method. Connection factory.get connection. Go inside this method. What is DS? DS is empty or DS is not empty? Is it empty or it is not empty? Not empty. If it is not empty, is it going to load the properties file, create the connection pool again? No. So DS is equal to DS double equal to null. Condition will satisfy or condition will not satisfy? Will not satisfy. Then directly see here. From here, directly our program jump to 38 line number because data source object already created. So connection pool is creating multiple times or connection pool will be created only one time. Connection pool will be created only one time and we are going to reuse the connections. We are going to reuse the connections. Now, tomorrow when you go for a Hibernate or Spring Boot, you no need to write this logic also. Connection pool is inbuilt functionality in the Hibernate. Hibernate will take care of connection pooling. Data JPA will take care of connection pooling. Why? Because connection pooling is only my requirement or it is universal requirement. Connection pooling is universal requirement. So frameworks are going to provide that connection pool. In the JDBC, connection pool support not available directly. That's why I'm creating my own connection pool. Now, from this connection pool, I got the connection, prepare statement, execute, update, count. Count is 1. Go to database and check it. Select a star from books. Now, third record inserted. Yes or no? Third record is also inserted. Practically, are we able to see connection pool creating only one time? Yes, with the debugging, we are able to understand what is the condition it is executing. Is that condition satisfied or not satisfied? So third record also inserted, F5, it is giving the response to the browser, record inserted. Are you able to follow this? Yep. So people told that null pointer exception. That is normal for whenever you are getting a physical connection. Connection pool also we did not use it, huh? Okay. Okay. Right. Set this property also to get that driver class. Okay. All good. Still, anybody not able to understand this project, guys? How many of you not able to develop this project? I want to understand. No problem, man. Anybody is not able to complete this coding, which I have done in the yesterday's session? Online people, anybody not able to complete? Bhaskar Reddy, what happened, sir? Why are you not able to complete it? Coding completed. Good, completed. What about offline students? Ladies, completed? Error. What error? What error? What exception you are getting? Did you try? Yeah. This side. Did you guys try that? Ladies. Completed or not completed? Not completed. Why, man? 24 hours of time. We are not developing a complex application. Just taking the data from the form and inserting into table. That's it. You need to act like a matured developer now. Don't, sir. We are missing our main method. We want that main method, sir. We are missing our scanner class. No, you have to forget about them. Again, main method will come in the Spring Boot. Main method will come in the Spring Boot, right? So in the servlets, main method is not required because it is a server-side programming. Everything will be executed by server. All right. If anybody having questions, I'm open for the questions. I'm getting error by creating new user in the MySQL. Okay, Lal Kumar will check this. Anybody facing any exception? Anybody not able to understand this development? Anybody not able to? Hello, sir. Did you complete? No. Why? What is the problem? समझ में ना आ रहा? Speak loudly. You. Not completed. If you see this project, then only you will be allowed into tomorrow's class. Everybody has to complete this project and you have to show me. Right? Tomorrow also I will come to institute in the morning only. How to bring your laptop to my cabin and show me your project. Then only you will be allowed inside the class. So if you just listen to the class, you will not become a good programmer. Right? So along with the classes, practice is very, very important. From now onwards, complexity will be increased in our classes. So now I have given just one screen. I have given you just one screen to capture the data, store the data into database. That's it. Going forward, creation will be available, update will be available, delete will be available, retrieval will be available, soft delete will be available, hard delete will be available, client-side validations will be available, email sending functionality will be available, OTP sending will be available, CAPTCHA will be available. Lot of things we need to learn. So if you are not able to practice this, then definitely you will struggle in the future classes. So I don't think it is a big requirement. I don't think it is a difficult requirement. 3-4 times I am debugging in the class itself line by line. You are able to see the code line by line. You should be able to develop this on your own. If you are not able to develop this on your own, that means your programming skill, not programming skill, your analysis skill is not correct. You are weak in the analysis part itself. You need to note down. We need to create HTML, servlet, DAO, connection factory, properties file. Connection factory should take the data from the properties file, should create the connection. DAO should take the data from the servlet, insert the record into database. Servlet should take the data from the form, give the data to the DAO and send the response to the client. HTML page, 3 text fields, 1 button. So that analysis should come to your brain, then only you can do the development. I want to understand why are you not able to develop? What is the reason? Is there anything wrong in my explanation? I want to correct myself, guys. Please tell me. Because the thing is, whatever the classes I'm teaching in the online Spring Boot microservice, out of 150, 200 people, 90% of the people will be working people. 3 years, 4 years, 5 years experienced people will come to the class. At that level, I'm going to explain. But I'm coming very down and I'm explaining line by line of coding here. Still, if you are not able to understand, let me know. I will try to change it. Daily, I will teach 1 line of code. What is the problem you are facing in developing this? Why are you not able to complete it? That is my doubt. I want to see the problem, right? Then only I can explain it once again. or I will give you another requirement. Their driver class we did not set. Huh? Yeah, now you set it and try that. Right. Okay, fine. That is fine. If you are facing that null pointer exception, that is okay. That can be resolved now. So other than that, what else problems that you are getting? Other than that, what problems you are getting? So today I went to Amirpet market just to roam on the roads. I found two people who are my students in the 2019. They are teaching Java full stack in the famous institutes. Right. In all the institutes they are. Fine, sir. I mean, I want this side. I want to understand what is the problem. Why are you not able to develop this? Why are you not able to develop this? Ladies, what happened? Did not try at all? You tried, but not able to complete. Null point exception. That is okay. That can be resolved with that change. No suitable driver. That means your jar files are not added properly in the lib folder. What about you? Not tried. क्यों? क्या किया कल से? You will try today. Remaining people, this side front row. Tried or not tried? Tried. What is the exception you are getting? Guys, getting the exception is always good thing because you will understand what is the problem, how to resolve the problem. Whenever you are writing the program, pray to God. Bhagwan, as many errors as you can give, please give me. So that we can solve those errors. We will become more perfect in the subject when you know the problem solvings. Writing a program, getting the output, that is not important. You have to get the error. You have to understand that error. You have to fix that error. From that, you have to learn the subject. Okay, this is the mistake I have done. Because of this mistake, I'm getting this error. So from next time, I should not do this mistake. Like that, you need to make a note of it. So like that, you need to improve your subject. If you don't try, then it is your karma. Nobody can change your fate. You have to try. I am not taking daily 4 hours, 5 hours class. Just 1.5 hour, 2 hours class. One simple project we have developed yesterday. And I am not asking you to do it completely on your own. I have developed in front of you. With the proper diagram I have explained. And I have shown you how to debug. Execute the code line by line. Still, if you are not tried means you are lazy. We can't help you. We can't help you. For software engineers, luck will not work out. If you go to the company, if you pray for Bhagwan, Bhagwan, today I should not get any error, then start the coding. Bhagwan will come and solve your problem? No. If you are a developer, you are responsible to solve your problems. Nobody will help you. Nobody will help you. Your team members will be there. Can you ask your team member daily, please see what is the error? First day they will help. Second day they will help. Third day they will help. Fourth day they will complain to manager. He is disturbing me. He is not allowing me to do my work. I think he's pressure. He's a fake experience guy. He don't know Java. They will give the complaint. Lot of competition in the software. Why? Because if a programmer working properly, if a programmer knows everything in the project, company will send that programmer to on-site. Dollars. Salary in the dollar. Client location. Free flight, free hotel, free food, free pub. Everything will be there. So lot of competition will be there. That's why your team members will not support you in the project. Remember that. You need to become independent programmer. Fine. If anybody not tried, please try that. Tomorrow, I will come morning at 10 o'clock. I want everybody to show me your project in your laptop. The people who completed, don't share your code to them. Everybody should write the code on their own. Right. Yeah, you can set that here also. By default, it will take some default values. Even if you don't set it, some default values it will consider. Minimum pool size 10, maximum pool size 20, like that. Okay, fine guys. Now, if you observe here, there is one small problem in the code which is not recommended. Can you guys look at my servlet? Can you tell me? Can you see any problem in this method? Only servlet. Coding is working. Is my program working as expected? Program is working as expected, but it is not matching with the industry standard. There is some small change that I need to do. Sorry? Directly we can use request.get parameter. Directly we can pass that here. Okay, that is one thing. Yeah, next one. Same thing for double also. Getting the parameter, storing to the variable, giving the variable to this method. Instead of that, I can cut this logic and I can keep that logic here directly. Then, so am I able to reduce number of lines of code? Am I able to reduce number of lines of code? Yes, I'm able to reduce number of lines of code. Okay, that is accepted. Next one. Excellent, excellent. Here, how many fields are available in the form now? We are having only 3 fields in the form. We are capturing the 3 fields data and we are sending to DAO method as parameters. How many parameters I'm taking for my DAO method? I'm taking 3 parameters for my DAO method. So we have 3 fields in the form. We are passing 3 parameters to that method. Tomorrow, assume that my form is having 20 fields. Book ID, book name, book price, ISBN, manufacture date, author name, address, in which store it is available. So chapters count, how many chapters are available, how many pages are available, when it is manufactured, when it is published, who is the author, who is the manufacturer, who is the distributor. I want to capture some other information also related to the book. Assume that 20 fields are available in the form. Now, is it recommended to take a method with 20 parameters? Is it recommended to take a method? Is it recommended to write a method with 20 parameters? It is not recommended to write a method with 20 parameters. 1 or 2, that is fine. 3 or 4, that is fine. As per industry standard, method should not take more than 7 parameters. A method should not take more than 7 parameters. That is the industry benchmark. If I have 20 fields in the form, then your DAO method should take 20 parameters to take the form data to insert into database table. Now here I'm having 3 fields. I'm writing 3 variables. Think about future. In future, my form may contain 20 fields. Is it recommended to send 20 fields data to the method as a parameter? That means, is it recommended to write 20 parameters for the method? No. Instead of that, what we do in the real time is we are going to create one more object. We are going to create one more object. That object is called as DTO object. What is that object, guys? DTO object. So DTO stands for data transfer object. DTO stands for data transfer object. So whatever the form data I captured by using servlet, that form data I will store into DTO object. Now for the DAO method, I will give DTO object as an input. That means Java is a object-oriented programming language. Everything we need to represent in the form of object. Now here, book ID available, book name is available, book price is available. In the HTML, user is entering the data, click on the submit. That request data is going to servlet. Servlet is capturing the data. Request.get parameter, request.get parameter, request.get parameter. Three fields are available. I'm capturing the data by using 3 lines of code. After capturing the data, I am passing the data to my DAO method as a method parameters. 3 variables are available. So I'm passing 3 fields data to the method. If I have 20 fields, 20 parameters I need to pass, which is not the recommended approach. Sir, then how to transfer the data from one class method to another class method in the form of object? Are you guys able to follow me? If you want to transfer the data from one class method to another class method, if you want to send just one ID, employee ID, book ID, customer ID, if it is only ID, one value or two values, you can directly take 2 parameters. If I have 20 values, you take a object. You take a object. So now the objects which we are using to transfer the data from one class to another class, they are called as data transfer objects, which are also called as DTO objects. DTO stands for data transfer object. DAO stands for data access object. What is the purpose of DAO? What is the purpose of DTO? What is the purpose of DAO? What is the purpose of DTO? Come on. DAO is used to communicate with the database. DAO stands for data access object. What is the purpose of DTO? DTO is used to transfer the data from one class method to another class method. DTO stands for data transfer object. Now, can I add DTO class in my project now? Yes. So here in the Java, core Java, you learned encapsulation. What is encapsulation? Hiding. Binding the class and class members and class methods as one entity is called as encapsulation. Now, what is the example for encapsulation? Java class is the example for encapsulation. I'm creating a package in.ashokit.dto. So what is the class name? I'm giving it as book.dto. What is the class name taking? Book.dto. Inside this DTO class, I will represent 3 variables: form data, private integer, book ID. Then I'm taking private string, book name. Now private double book price. There are 3 variables. These variables are private variables. Can we access them outside? Can we access them outside? No. Now I want to use the variables to set the data and get the data. For that we need to write setter methods and getter methods. So what is the purpose of setter methods and getter methods? Setter methods are used to set the data. Getter methods are used to get the data. So how to generate the setters, getters? Right click, source, generate, getters and setters. Right, select all, click on generate. So with this, my setters and getters are generated for the variables. Now go to servlet class. Now inside this servlet class, what I will do is, I'm going to create the object for book DTO. DTO is equal to book DTO. DTO is equal to new book DTO. Book DTO. DTO is equal to new book DTO. DTO dot set book ID. We have that book ID. DTO dot set book name. We have that book name. DTO dot set book price. So we are setting the book price for that. Okay. Book DTO is equal to new book DTO. I'm setting the book ID. I'm setting the book name. I'm setting the book price. Now go to DAO method. Do I need to take 3 parameters? I need to take object as a parameter. Do I need to take 3 parameters or I need to take object as a parameter? Object as a parameter. Now, what is that object? Book DTO. I'm taking DTO object as a parameter. I want the data from the object. How to get the data from the object? DTO dot get book ID, then DTO dot get book name, DTO.get book ID, DTO.get book name, DTO.get book price. This is the recommended approach. Now you see my DAO method, save book is available. Save book method is taking DTO object. Now my servlet is available. Servlet is creating the book DTO object, setting the data to the book DAO and calling the DAO method by giving the DTO object. Servlet is taking the data from the request, storing into book DTO object. Then it is calling the DAO method by passing that DTO object as a parameter. Then what my DAO method is doing, it is getting the data from the DTO and inserting into database table. This is the recommended approach. Now, so in the project we are using DAO classes and DTO classes. DAO classes are used to communicate with the database. DTO classes are used to transfer the data from one method to another method or one class to another class also. Are you clear? Tomorrow, my form is having 20 fields. My method parameter will change or will not change? Will not change. Why it will not change? Why it will not change? Object. I'm transferring the data from one method to another method by using object, DTO objects. Now, so take the skeleton of the DAO. You don't need to write the complete logic, guys. Just to take the DAO structure. Okay. I'm not going to give you this code. This code, you can write it. Logic. Yeah. Note it down. Note it down. Book DAO. I want to give some points for that. Note it down. Everybody should complete this project by today. Tomorrow you have to show me that. Right. Make a note of that. Make a note. In the above DAO class, in the above DAO class, in the above DAO class, save book method is taking taking book DTO object as parameter. In the above DAO class, save book method is taking book DTO object as parameter. DTO stands for data transfer object. DTO stands for data transfer object. DTO stands for data transfer object. In the above DTO class, save book method is taking book DTO object as parameter. DTO stands for data transfer object. Data transfer object. It is used to transfer the data. It is used to transfer the data. It is used to transfer the data from one class method to another class method. It is used to transfer the data from one class method to another class method. DTO stands for data transfer object. It is used to transfer the data from one class method to another class method. In the above project, servlet class capturing data from the form. In the above project, servlet class capturing the data from the form, and storing into book DTO object and calling DAO class method by giving book DTO as parameter. By giving book DTO object as parameter. Are you clear with this? Yeah. So with this, we are able to understand how to capture form data, how to store into database table. Now, just to take this book DTO structure, I have taken a class with variables. Here I'm writing setter methods and getter methods. Setters and getters. Note down this. Book DTO. So to develop the project, we need to use this class also. Book DTO class. Book DTO class. Completed? Yes. Now, next one, guys. I want you to develop registration and login pages. Can you develop that? Yeah. So develop registration and develop registration and login page application using servlets plus JDBC plus HTML. Develop registration and login page application using servlets plus JDBC plus HTML. Now, here guys, your page should display like this. Your page should display like this by default. We need to have email ID and password for login functionality. Email ID and password will be available, and here login functionality will be available. Email ID, password and login functionality will be available. I want you people to develop this login page, and if you want to log in, first you need to register. Here create account, one hyperlink will be available. Create account, one hyperlink will be available in this login page. So this page you need to configure as a default welcome page in the application, right? Now, whenever you click on this login button, it should check email ID, password correct or not in the database. If email ID and password are correct, you need to say whatever that, welcome to my application and log out. Welcome to my application and log out hyperlink should be displayed. Now, for create account, this is dashboard page, guys. So I'm going to give this as, once login is success, this dashboard page should display. Once login is success, dashboard page, hello, welcome, hello, welcome to our application. Welcome to our application. Here you need to give one small hyperlink for logout. When they click on the logout, it should go back to login page. And when they click on register, here I want you to develop first name, last name, email ID. First name, last name, email and password, gender, radio button. Okay. First name, last name, email, password, gender. Gender should be radio button. Here I need to give register button. Yes. Register success. Click here to login. Whenever you click on create account, registration page should display. Whenever you click on the login button, login success means this page should display. Logout means it will come back to this page. When you click on the logout, you will come back to home page only. No. Your registration success, please log in. develop registration and login page application using servlet, JDBC and HTML. Today, you need to complete that book application. Tomorrow, you need to complete this application before coming to class. You have 2 projects to develop now. You have 2 projects to develop. So here total, how many pages we are writing now? How many servlets are required? Yeah, you analyze that. You understand my requirement now? So whenever we run our application, by default, login page should open. That is our index page. That is our welcome page. In the welcome page, we have a login button. Listen to me. Guys, listen to me. We are developing one application for registration and login. Whenever we run the application, I want by default this login page as a default page. Do you know how to configure default page? Yeah, how to configure default page? Welcome file list. Now here, user came to our application for first time. User want to create an account. When user want to create an account, user will click on create account hyperlink. When he click on create account hyperlink, it will directly go to register.html. Register.html will be available. There user will enter the data, first name, last name, email ID, password, gender, and click on register button. When user click on the register button, it will insert the data to database table. Connection factory, DAO, DTO, servlet. I want to complete project. Not like writing the code in the servlet. I want the proper organized project. Now, after inserting the user record into database table, I want to display a success message, registration success. Please click here to login. That message should come. When you click on that login hyperlink, it should go to login page. Are you guys getting my point? Your registration is success. Please click here to login. Now, user will enter the email ID and password. Click on login button. When user click on the login button, email ID password should be verified. If email ID password is incorrect, error message, invalid credential. If email ID password is correct, then it should display dashboard. Hello, welcome to my application. Click here to log out. So that is the functionality. Can you do this? Anybody not able to understand the requirement? Anybody not able to understand the requirement? Online students. Are you able to understand the requirement? Yes or no? Yes. So can you develop that? So how many projects you need to show me tomorrow? 2 projects you need to show me tomorrow. One is book application. Try to complete the book application by today, so that tomorrow morning, anyhow, Oracle class is also there at 11:30. Early morning you have to complete this project. Tomorrow afternoon you have to show me this project. Tomorrow onwards, Oracle offline class is available. That is only offline. That is only offline at 11:30 a.m. from tomorrow onwards. Okay. So please complete these 2 projects, guys. As I told you, if you don't practice now, going forward, concepts will become very difficult. If you do this practice, then only you can understand our upcoming projects. So small requirements only we are going to develop. All these requirements we need to combine and we need to develop one big application. So if you want to develop that big application, these small applications you have to complete first. Please take it seriously. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time.
Sit down. You can do night out also, no problem. Night out also you can do, and you have to complete the project. Is there anything which you don't know? HTML, you know. Form development, you know how to capture the data from the servlet. You know what is connection factory. You know how to write the code to insert the record into database table. The only thing is you need to sit 1 or 2 hours of time to complete the project. Whatever the skill is required to develop the project, already you know that. You know servlet, you know HTML, and you know JDBC also. By combining all, we need to make one project. Are you clear? Good. Thank you, guys. I'm stopping now. We'll continue tomorrow. Yes, you can take it. Taking 100 constructor with 100 parameters is a problem. Correct. Fine, guys. Thank you.